Butter, milk, powdered sugar, sprinkles. It can only mean one thing. We're making cake. What kind of cake are we making? White cake with buttercream frosting. That's what the birthday girl wanted. My sister Lisa. And the birthday girl gets to have her white cake and eat it too. And I get to eat it too. So pretty excited about that. Cakes are perfect for birthdays, bar mitzvahs, wedding showers, baby showers, or my favorite celebration, Tuesday night. First things first, I went to Pinterest and typed in best white cake recipe and clicked on the first pin, and it had 11 ingredients. So I went to the second pin, which had only 7. If a recipe has more ingredients than I have fingers, it's not the recipe for me. Big shout out to lifebeginswithdessert.com for this recipe and for keeping it simple. And if you're wondering how much sugar and butter are in this recipe, don't worry. There's a ton. It's gonna be delicious. The exact we have: 1/2 cup of butter softened, 1 cup of sugar, 1.5 cups flour, 1/2 cup of whole milk, 4 egg whites, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Once your ingredients are ready to go, it's time to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. In a large mixing bowl, which I may or may not have just purchased for this shoot, you're gonna combine all of your dry ingredients and mix them together. Ah, shoot. Pro tip when making a cake: if you plan on wearing this shirt for the rest of the day, make sure it's white. Then in a medium-sized mixing bowl, combine and mix your wet ingredients. Then combine your dry and wet ingredients together. And if you're like, Alex, why can't I just combine my wet and dry ingredients at the same time? The answer is, I don't know, but I don't question Dr. Pinterest. It has a PhD in chemistry, baking, and things basic girls like me like. In a separate bowl, you're gonna beat your egg whites until you see peaks. This is very important. You're gonna keep mixing until a Keebler elf can ski down those slopes. You better get your lift ticket, bud. This right here is the difference between a white cake and a yellow cake. Yellow cake has egg yolks. Seriously, I don't joke around about this stuff. Next, you're going to gently fold the egg white fluff into your batter. It needs to be thoroughly mixed in order to avoid an eggy taste, unless you want to make a second cake so you can save the eggy cake for a Wednesday. Because I mean, an eggy cake is better than no cake. Now it's time for the baker to taste test the batter. It's a rule that I read in my head. Not so sure yet. Might need one more test. Yeah. What? We're baking it. So we're going with an 8-inch square pan, but you could do a 9-inch round. I always say the best pan is a clean pan, so just grab whatever's not in your dishwasher. And it's time to grease that pan. We have coconut oil, so that's what we're gonna use. We're getting close, folks. Time to put that batter in the pan. Good job, Alex. You know what? I'm just gonna... You're gonna bake for approximately 30 minutes until a toothpick, or in my case, a fork, comes out clean. Who owns toothpicks anyways? Now while your cake is baking, it's time to make that buttercream frosting. This recipe comes from numstheword.com. She had me at 5-minute recipe. The ingredients include 1 cup of butter softened, 3 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. Now this recipe is enough for a double layer cake, or in our case, a single layer cake, and my pre-dessert. Start by hand mixing that butter until it's smooth and creamy. Add the powdered sugar, 1/2 cup at a time, then the vanilla, then the heavy whipping cream, and fully mix the ingredients together. Now once the cake is ready, let it cool, then apply the frosting, and apply those sprinkles. Now I really want to try this cake, but I hear it's not classy to bring a cake missing a piece. I'm just gonna have to wait to try it with the birthday girl, and that's called self-control. And for that self-control, I deserve some more frosting. Good job, Alex.
Birthday to you.
This is worth going off my diet.
Super flavorful.
It's gone.
Oh my God, it's going crazy.
Hey Jacob, was there enough sugar in the cake?
No.